Welcome to Brown's Rod and Custom, your home for street rods, muscle cars, and Volkswagen content. This is my dad, Big Ron. He's our body man and fabricator. This is my beautiful wife, Megan, our editor-in-chief and supporter. And this is me, Adam, the designer and mechanic for our projects. If you find our videos helpful, like and subscribe for more content. Good morning, everybody. Welcome back to Brown's Rod and Custom. Happy Hump Day. I believe it's the 11th of June. It's Wednesday. So I'm kind of out of point, so this makes sense, with the Project Save Big Red, the 2003 Dodge Ram diesel dually. I'm waiting on that transmission oil cooler. Until that comes in, I'm kind of at a dead stop. I would go sand the bed, but Ron wants to brace it up and he wants to kind of do that himself. So more power to him. So I'm kind of just at a stopping point, right? And I don't want to stop. I've got hours I can put in here. So I'm going to work on the 1958 Chevy Apache. So as you guys saw, Ron welded this on, the fuel filler cap patch panels. I'm going to grind this down, and then I'll hook the welder up and go over any areas that are missed, grind that down, and get this where it needs to be. That's going to be job one, and then we'll kind of go from there. I got a lot of grinding on the car that just needs to be done anyway, so while I'm here doing the terrible work, I mean, why not, right? It's pretty decent here right now. It's 82 degrees in the garage with 68% humidity. But I do have these big fans, and I do have to keep the garage door shut when I use this grinder. Now what I'm going to be using is this guy from Bauer, okay, electric grinder, and you can tell I'm in my suit and all the things, and we'll be all kitted up and all the personal protection equipment and PPE and all the things. But really want to get this not looking like this and looking like something. And I think we can do that pretty quick here. So I'm going to jump on that. Why not, right? I want to work on the Apache anyway, and quite frankly, it needs some work. So we're just going to start doing it. So I apologize for the videos bouncing around between Apache, the Thing, Project Save Big Red. We are literally, we're doing these videos in real time. So same day, right? So like this morning, I filmed a whole video, a whole intro to a video on Project Save Big Red, and then realized there's not much I can do. So here we are, starting a whole nother video, right? So stay tuned for this. I'm gonna have you guys set up probably over here, so you can actually see what I'm doing, and we'll start knocking this down. Stay tuned, guys. Okay guys, so you just saw me hit this here. I still need to do a little more welding and a little more grinding on that, but we're going to hold off while I have that grinder out. We got some welds up through here I need to hit. So I'm going to run around this. These drive me nuts. Knock these down and the best I can, at least clean them up. The goal here is not to go too far and just get everything kind of dialed in a little bit, and then we'll probably move to the inside over there. See that there? Probably get that welded up and kind of start moving in that direction. So we do have a lot of work to do here. You guys can see it up in here. A lot of welding and grinding and stuff. So I'm going to try to knock out the bulk of the grinding for right now. So I'm going to set you guys up and you're going to watch me hit this here, and we'll just keep moving forward. go, guys. This is where we're at. Got this all ground down. It's not done, but I got to be careful not to pop the spot welds. So, took it down as far as I dare at the moment. There'll still be some more welding and stuff that goes on up here, but so far that's that. Next is going to be this area here, right there. I'm going to get inside here once I have myself a drink and cool off a little bit, and we'll get that looking better. And then we'll just keep moving, and then at some point we'll break out the welder and start welding up here and in here, up in here. We'll clean some of this up. We got a lot of welding to do up in here, so stuff to do. We're getting there though, boys. Stay tuned. Okay guys, we are inside of the 1958 Chevy Apache. We're working on this panel here, okay? So, let me show you what we're gonna be doing. So right here, see all this weld, it's just kind of rough looking. I'm gonna grind all this down, all of that. We're gonna start there. I just did out here, this outer lip. We did the fuel cap area. Just kind of working my way through areas that we've already welded. Trying to just dial this in. This is actually where the visor goes. Your sun visor, which is kind of cool. Now, oh, that's really bright, isn't it? Our dash here, hold on, boys. Let me turn this light on. Okay, that's better. Now, our dash here, we've got a lot of this already. So, one of the next things we're going to be buying for this truck is going to be the brake pedal assembly that mounts up under the dash here. We'll drill a hole through the firewall, and that'll give us power brakes, right? Give us a brake pedal and a dual master cylinder and all the things. So that will be the next thing that's going to be coming for this. Now, on this dash, it's in great shape. I mean, absolutely great shape. I have a perfect, literally scuff it up and paint it perfect glove box door. Same with the ashtray and whatever this one was. I have all of these. I'm going to put a decoded digital gauge cluster in it, the factory, but a decoded digital. There was one, it's not what you would think probably, but maybe it is. Well, we're going to put that in here. That'll be something we pick up here sooner than later. And I'm going to do, I think it's classic auto sound or retro auto sound. The radio goes right here. You got your radio knobs, and then I got to figure out the rest of this. This would be ignition. That I believe is headlights. This I'm not sure. But all of these holes are going to be utilized. And then I'm going to put speakers in the kick panels and behind the seat. I don't really want to put any in the door, but I do want to put them behind the seat because I can run that wire up and through and down, or I could probably tuck it under the carpet too. But moral of the story, we're gonna have speakers, nice sound system in this, should be cool. And we are gonna keep the crank windows, the manual windows, stock crank, stock door handles, all that. It's gonna be what it is. I'll get new ones, but it'll be the stock style. And above me here, you see the dome light right there. I'm gonna put the factory dome light back in it. So, should be interesting. Now we gotta fix this rust here, but right here, but not the end of the world. And yeah, Bob's your uncle. So we will be doing vintage air, and we will be doing probably like a speedway wiring harness or a painless or something like that. I'm gonna put the dimmer switch on the floor for the headlights right here, right back where it was. Seems like a good enough place. and we're gonna do a, on the steering column, we're gonna do a tilt column with a column shift, right? So, should be pretty slick. It should be a nice truck. So, stay tuned, boys. I'm gonna stop talking, get off my butt, get up here and start grinding this. I'm gonna try to set you up in a way where you can actually see this. No guarantees, but I'll be right back. guys, our Mishimoto cooler showed up. It's I think it's around 1 o'clock, 12:30, 1 o'clock. Big Ron picked up some JB Weld. This is their steel reinforced epoxy, strength of 5,020 psi. What we're gonna do is we're gonna use that around the ports that snap off, because that's the weak link, and we know that it just needs a little more tensile strength basically. So we're gonna put that around it, let it sit overnight and cure. It says set time 4 to 6 hours, cures in 15. We're just gonna do it, and that way we got a little extra strength on there tomorrow when we go to put this thing in. So stay tuned for that. Just wanted to give you that quick update on Project Save Big Red. Cooler came in. Okay guys, so we're gonna wrap this one up here. Kind of a half day really for me. So we got everything that you saw me grinding. I got all of this ground down. I got that over there ground down. We got this ground down. Now I haven't gotten around to welding yet, but we got all of that done. Me and Ron have come up with a game plan for the dash and for some of the other stuff inside of here that we're going to be doing over the next couple weeks. 415, welding, grinding, that kind of thing. So that happened. Big Ron has been working on this guy. Let me show you back here. We're running in between thunderstorms. But he went ahead and sanded the bed. I don't know if you guys can tell, but the inside of the bed is all scuffed up, ready for bed liner. We just got to wipe it down and tape it off, and then it's ready. Tomorrow I'll be buying the bed liner kit, so we should be able to get on this in the next day or two. So looking good on the bed. Our plan is to have that bed on this truck done by Sunday night, and the transmission cooler, which did come in. We did a little something different here. We took this JB Weld, or Ron did. There's the cooler, there's the JB Weld around it. Here is where it breaks. Right here, right on the bottom side. So we filled that with JB Weld. But it's not just any JB Weld, it's the good to 5,000 psi, the really, really good JB Weld. The two-part epoxy where it mixes together at the same time kind of deal. So this cures in 15 hours. He did this around 1:30, okay? It is now 5 o'clock on the dot. So hopefully by tomorrow morning, 9 o'clock, this will be ready to go in, and we'll put this in. Very, very carefully put this in and get that done. Hook everything back up on the truck and fire it up and take it for a ride. That's the idea. So that's where we're at there. We did get the Volkswagen thing in here. We were talking next week we're going to be working on the thing, addressing the paint issues. We're cracked right there. We're cracked here. And then these little spots here on the hood here. We take care of that. And then when we rubbed, way back in the day when we had the other shocks on, right here, we're going to take care of that. So, otherwise, that's going to take care of this. So the game plan is get the Big Red done by Monday, if possible. Take the rest of the week, next week, and just get the paint work done on the thing. And then while Ron is gone to Alaska, I'm going to get all the parts here for this. The wipers, the steering bushing, the steering box. I'm going to put a new steering box on it. And I feel like there was something else, but I'm forgetting it. Whatever it was. And then we'll get all that onto here, and then this will be done. Get the thing done over the next couple weeks. That way, by the time Ron gets back, I think somewhere around the 9th, 10th of July, the truck's done, the thing is done. Now we're just getting the camper out of the back and the car trailer out here, making sure everything's good. Continue to put miles on the truck, drive it, you know, see if anything goes wrong, keep checking it, you know, all those kind of things. Go longer and longer distances, just try to see what happens, right? And so if anything happens, it happens hopefully now and not on the road to Louisville with a truck camper and a car trailer and the Volkswagen on the back of it and everything else. But if it does, it does, you know what. So that's what we got going on over here, guys. Hope you're having a great night. We're gonna kick back and watch it rain. We're pretty much, you know, we're at the point now where it's gonna rain every day, so went ahead and pulled this back in, pushed the truck back over. But we're gonna keep rocking on this Apache, keep rocking on the thing, keep rocking on Big Red, just getting these damn projects done. So stay tuned, whole lot more coming. If you're watching this, please like and subscribe. We'd love to have you. We post every day, pretty much every day, without fault. Yeah, I think it's beer 30, boys. Have a good one. We'll see you in the morning.